Do you know how one tiny mistake can bring down even the most well-executed crime? A Russian hacker stole a staggering $169 million, pulling off one of the most sophisticated cyber heists in recent history. But despite his brilliance, a single error unraveled everything. How could such a mastermind slip up so easily? And what was the crucial mistake that cost him everything? On July 5, 2014, the U.S. Secret Service got credible intelligence information that one of the world's most wanted cyber criminals was relaxing in Maldives. The particular hacker, named Roman Seleznev, was regarded as having embezzled as much as $169,183,051 from his half-decade, nearly 10-year experience hacking period. However, at the same time that he was sunbathing in paradise with his girl, U.S. agents alongside local law enforcement raided the airport and arrested him as he prepared to board a flight back to the U.S. The arrest Seleznev undertook was no ordinary one. This man has been able to escape law enforcement for many years. At the time of arrest, he had everything that was incriminating on him. His laptop was filled with 1.7 million stolen credit card numbers amongst other details, which would become an important factor of his conviction. Roman Seleznev was born in 1984 in Vladivostok, Russia. Everything in his life looked like he was building a good future in front of him. His father, Valery Seleznev, was a Russian politician, while Roman proved himself as brilliant from childhood. As a child, Roman was a good student and lived in a 10-square-meter apartment with his mother and families from other mixed households. Within a short time, he got interested in computers and other technology-related items, which showed a talent that is not ordinary in children of his age. With these skills, many thought Roman was headed for success. But suddenly, the misfortune occurred to Seleznev, being 17 years old. One day, his mother drinks herself to death because of excessive alcohol consumption, which had a deep impact on his life. Expelled from his house by the relatives and left to his own devices, all the promise of Seleznev's future was extinguished. He could not handle it anymore, so he quit school, lost the desire to study, and moved towards more delinquent behavior. It was only a matter of time before Seleznev's considerable knowledge of the computer came in handy in hacking. Employing his IT skills, he began participating in cybercrime by specializing in credit card information. At first, it was a minor-scale operation, but soon he was through with the mechanisms of computer crime. He started selling the stolen credit card details to other criminals on the dark web with good profits. And over time, his operations became more professional and his hacking skills improved. By the year 2000, Roman Seleznev was a completely dedicated cybercriminal and member of the Dispatch Group. He planned and executed many audacious cyber attacks to get into some of the major financial establishments and put into havoc the monetary systems. Thus, Seleznev's hacking operation continued, and he stole millions of money and became one of the most popular cyber criminals of his time. Roman Seleznev's biggest breakthrough came in 2007 when he stumbled upon a massive stash of credit card data, which would be the turning point in his criminal career. From that moment on, his hacking operations expanded rapidly. He perfected the craft of hacking into business servers, targeting companies with vulnerabilities, and extracting credit card information. Seleznev's method was systematic and efficient. He would steal sensitive financial data and sell it to cyber criminals on the dark web, profiting handsomely from his illicit trade. His empire thrived for more than a decade, during which he amassed an estimated $169 million in stolen funds. Using online aliases like Track2, Bulba, and NCX, Seleznev cemented his reputation as a top player in the cybercrime world. These aliases became synonymous with the sale of stolen credit card data, and his business expanded to reach a global market of cybercriminals eager to purchase compromised financial information. Seleznev wasn't just any hacker. He was one of the most successful and prolific cybercriminals in history. His operations contributed to massive financial losses for businesses and banks, wreaking havoc across the globe. For 12 years, Seleznev lived a double life. Outwardly, he appeared to be a normal man. He had married, started a family, and maintained a relatively low profile in his personal life. To those who knew him, there was nothing to suggest that he was involved in anything illicit. Behind closed doors, however, Seleznev was orchestrating a vast cybercrime network responsible for hacking into countless business systems, stealing financial data, and causing billions of dollars in losses worldwide. His operations were not only lucrative, but also highly destructive, leaving behind a trail of financial ruin that affected businesses across multiple industries. In 2009, while his wife and daughter were on vacation, Seleznev was violently robbed and tortured in his home. The criminals behind the attack were likely after his massive fortune amassed through cybercrime. This brutal incident should have been a wake-up call, a clear signal that his life of crime had painted a target on his back. But instead of retreating or considering an exit from his dangerous career, Seleznev made a fateful decision. Rather than stepping away from cybercrime, he did the opposite. He publicly announced his intentions to expand his operations. In an audacious move, Seleznev posted on a dark web forum, boldly declaring that he had no intention of quitting. He even went as far as to state that he would be increasing his activities, a sign of both arrogance and recklessness. The Secret Service monitored Seleznev's every move, carefully watching his communications and tracking his financial transactions. Long before the summer of 2007, in fact, U.S. law enforcement agencies had been tracking Seleznev's online movements. They know his nicknames, they followed his hacking posts, and intruded on some of his messages. But each time when they believed to track Seleznev, the crook vanished unidentified, and all that remained were the encrypted files and empty accounts. Most of it became possible when Seleznev began to sell stolen credit card information in large quantities through an online carding forum using the name Track2. This was the last element that the Secret Service needed for a long time, which became clear soon enough. So they had begun collecting enough evidence for his arrest by 2014, and they knew his whereabouts by then too. Seleznev's arrest in the Maldives put an end to probably the longest, and at the same time one of the most complicated cybercrime investigations. When officers searched his laptop and hard drives, they didn't expect to find credit card numbers, but the materials that point towards the man's involvement in cybercriminal activities over the years. In 2017, Roman Seleznev was given 27 years imprisonment, which makes it the longest ever in the United States for hacking and related crimes. Thanks to Seleznev's efforts, the world will not soon forget the lessons of cybercrime or get used to the notion that one wrong step could topple an empire. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe.